Hey guys, cool blind right back. I'm Rick. Eric.
Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
We are back
We are
with Jujutsu
farmers.
Kaisen.
What?
It's been too long.
It has been.
Who you
He's doing the outro. You know how they do the outro and the intro? We're doing that right now.
I don't think.
Yeah. Last time we watched was the movie.
Yeah.
This is the first episode of season 2.
Dos.
You can check out the full-length reaction at patreon.com/blindwave. Just down in the pinned comment. It's really easy to click. Watch that. Check it out. See if it's something that you're interested in, and then you can support over at Patreon. But yeah, I'm excited for this show. It's been a while. It has some of my favorite anime tropes. I.e., like taking anime tropes and giving them reason. Like I love that
They have to explain
you say
the
the
powers.
name. You know, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the world building is cool.
World
The
building's
characters
Panda are
have
better.
been a lot of fun
Yeah.
so far. The animation's great. The music's been great.
Dodo.
It's also a bore.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
just
bored.
downright hilarious.
It is pretty funny too. So we are gonna be open and ready for this season 2. Where are they gonna take us? Let's find out.
Boars and Demon Slayer.
No.
Hidden inventory.
Homeowners Association requirements.
So, and then the other thing with that Rick too is that they called him Zenin, which was the other clan that Maki
Yeah.
is like the daughter of
Yeah.
whatever,
The
right?
two sisters.
Yeah, there's a
Maki
sister.
Zenin, yeah, and Mai Zenin.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mai and
remember that.
Maki, yeah.
I thought there was something. Wasn't there something special about Fushiguro? That name? Did he like? Was he adopted into it or something? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I can remember all the details right away. Sorry, everybody.
Looked in my notes. There are a lot of them.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, and we're doing a. I don't know if it's a season thing or if it's an arc thing, but we're going back in time and learning about a previous team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which the
this is
movie
like-
was back in time as well.
Yeah.
Like
Most of it.
the Sunning. Is what it seems like.
No, I want to see why why Geto falls.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Why he splits off.
His philosophy seems very different.
Does
He seems like he's gonna become disillusioned.
Yeah.
Like he seems very in the dumps about like the system is broken and it sucks, but there's nothing else to do. Maybe eventually he thinks he becomes enlightened and it's like, oh, there's a different way. Destroy everything. Kind of.
Like, it seems like Goho would be the one more likely to turn evil, just from the little bit we've seen here.
Sure, yeah, Gojo, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. I found it. Big ass hotties. No wait, what are we looking for?
No, that was it.
Okay. Toto.
You did it. So, you have Tengen, who has an immortality ability.
We've met him before,
Yeah.
right? He's the one, like the creature that lives inside of the vault. Is that not correct?
I think he looked like a worm in a sack or something like that, right?
I can't remember exactly, but I thought that
Like
was
a butterfly before it hatches, I
Like-
think.
the entity that was like in the hidden away vault.
Hidden
away
vault. Did we?
I don't remember.
We saw him though.
I feel like we did.
Thought so.
Like he
I'm
wasn't
not
who we
sure.
were inside fighting at any point.
No, we never fought him. It's just like he's where they stored things, I thought, and also drew power from, which they also
Yeah,
said.
they
here.
they have to keep him extremely safe because if
Yeah, you can turn into Skull Greymon. I heard.
like if
I heard.
another like spirit or whatever eats him, they would become like more powerful than
You could ever imagine.
yeah.
I love that they talk about Digimon.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was
It's
pretty
great.
good.
So what exactly were the references that we didn't understand, Aaron?
So it's kind of spoilers, I suppose. If
I
you're ever
will
gonna
never.
watch about it, if we're ever gonna react. to it.
I will
think so.
never.
So, Digimon have digivolutions, like evolutions that they can do, right? So you had Agumon. Agumon would turn into Greymon, but eventually he could turn into Metal Greymon. And at one point, the way that the process works is like they had like these little pendants and stuff, and that would help them to like channel the energy to digivolve them. But at a point, Tai tried to force it to happen the wrong way, and he digivolved, but he turned into like this big monstrous skull Greymon that he couldn't control, and didn't work with them, and
Yeah.
they had to like try to stop it instead, and then the bad guy could get away.
Gotcha.
So there's like a good way to digivolve, but then like if you influence it in a negative way,
Dark magic.
it can turn into a bad digivolution kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. It's not just like an accident. It's you're doing it the wrong way.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it was an accident because he wasn't doing it on purpose.
Sure.
But he didn't know the consequence of his
Yeah,
actions.
like he had good intentions in the long run, but the way he was forcing it was done improperly.
It's like in Dragon Ball Z when you do the fusion dance, but if you don't do it perfectly, then you're fat.
Then you
Is that what happens? Ah, shit.
It's a
now
bad
I'm
transformation, and you get no advantages. I mean, you're still strong, but you don't get many advantages.
fat. Then you're fat. I love how you're just like, you're fat. Fuck.
That's so dumb.
Now,
What? Get it right. You know, it's a
I know,
forbidden
but-
technique, Calvin. There's gotta be something that happens.
Man,
Forbidden is overused.
I do hate that we have like a Toto, a Geto, a Jogo, a Gojo. Like, there's so many like OOs.
Sure.
And I'm like, sometimes I get them confused when we talk about them.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 4 white dudes from the Midwest. It takes me an extra effort to remember all the names and how they're pronounced.
Big ass hotties.
I remember that part. I wrote it down. Well, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it.
So Tengen, every 500 years,
it's on your to-do
needs
list.
a compatible person to
Reset.
himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And we're escorting this lady to go get eaten because
To-
Tengen asked us to, right?
The principal.
the principal asked us to
Yeah.
bring her to Tengen so
Yeah.
that the ritual can be completed
Gotcha.
and so that he can take her form
Yeah. Okay.
and so that evolution does not take place.
And I'm
And
assuming
he gets the
doesn't-
consequences of his actions.
All right, so I have a note here. Dad and Sumiki's mom disappeared after Dad sold Megumi to the Zenin clan.
Episode 23.
Yeah.
Megumi, one of the Zenin, Megumi sold to Zenin clan.
Hmm.
Gojo saved Mojami by going to school.
Megami.
That might be, I can't, it looks like M-O, but it could be M-E.
I think it's
Oh, yeah, it's probably the same name. That makes
Megami,
sense.
right?
I was just writing quickly and
Yeah.
wrote, it looks like Mojami. But yeah, it's probably Megami. That makes more sense. By going to school. All right, well, thank you.
So that was the relationship then, I guess. So that's
Megumi, one of the
probably Megumi's
Megumi sold to
dad?
the clan.
It's possible. I mean, this is kind of like a generation away, right?
seemingly. Although
Not that far.
Gojo is aged very well.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Well,
You see
yeah.
his eyes. He's gonna be 90 and look great.
So is
Yeah.
Kakashi Sensei.
Like, this is
That is
back,
beautiful men.
Not like
this is
50
back,
years,
but it's not,
no.
it's not like a
No.
generation
Yeah.
back. It's just like this is like the previous generation right before the other kids came in, right? Kind of thing? Or like
I would say this
2
is
years?
like, well, I don't know.
Like
I
school
think
years?
I think Gojo is
Geto looks a lot older, but he also has a giant scar on his.
I'm gonna
That's
say
true.
it's like 10.
I was gonna say like 10 to 15 years.
I would say somewhere around there.
Because if they're like 15, 16, if they're like first years or whatever, then I would want them to be around 28 to 30 in season 1, right? As like educators and
We had Shoko and Utahime before. I don't remember Mei Mei.
I don't remember Mei Mei either.
Mei Mei.
So I don't know if that's someone we just haven't met in the future,
I
if
like
they
her.
died or what. I do too.
or it might be a nickname, just someone.
Hey, Mei Mei.
Now she had her eyes open sometimes, but just not all the time,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit.
Yeah. Like
There was
sometimes
times,
where
was,
she would like
blinking
look,
and stuff.
she would like look back at her and she would have like one eye open.
But I was
Yeah,
curious
that
why
would
it's
be
like I
close,
don't
yeah.
need it. It was like, does she have like low light vision? Does she have to look at
I don't
all?
know. She was typing on her
Echolocation.
non-QWERTY phone keyboard
Yeah.
with her eyes closed too. So
Situational
she's
awareness.
Sure.
skilled.
I saw a thing that was like, hey, if you can read this, and it was like
If you can decode
it
this,
was like it was like 999222333, and it was just like typing on a keyboard. and it
you're
was just
really
like,
old.
you're really old.
Yeah. I
On
got
a
it
phone
too.
keypad, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you still call collect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
still
so.
a thing?
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
prison.
you just call operator. And,
Prison.
I mean, that's built in.
Yeah, but isn't that usually how you call us? Like,
That's
collect call
usually-
from
yeah.
Eric Whiteley from jail.
Aaron, call me back. You gotta get me.
Please don't let me here. 8 o'clock's a cutoff.
Oh my god, it was the worst, dude.
I wish I could have been like, got there at like 8:01, like, sorry. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Talking
Eric.
about when I was
tried.
in jail for a couple hours, and they had a little telephone box like in the cell.
Yeah.
But it was like a water fountain. It was
Sure,
like
yeah.
into the wall.
Yeah.
And it had
No
a
handle.
speaker up here, and it had where you talk to up here. And the cell I was in was like,
Huge.
it was very like, you know, the dimensions.
It was like 8 by 8, but it was like 20 feet high.
So you couldn't hear anything on that telephone. So I'm just like, Aaron! And he's like, come get me! I'm like, I hope he's coming there. He's coming to get me. And then Aaron Chris is like, I can never hear anything on this. That was my cellmate.
I should have left you there for the night, and it would have been such a better story.
It would be.
You would have so much more to
And
tell.
you would have the best excuse because he couldn't understand what you were saying.
Eric, sorry, I don't know what you said. What? Yeah, I'll get you tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow.
No!
Who's talking to me?
First thing in the morning, 8 o'clock, I'll be there. No, 8's the cutoff.
It'd have been such a good story.
Don't come here.
Don't come here, whatever you do, don't come here.
They have your name on something too.
Oh man. All right. Well, I enjoyed the breaking out of the little loop they were in. That was cool.
Yeah.
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 It really did remind me of like video games where it's like the draw distance isn't great, so if you get fast enough,
Yeah.
like in GTA,
Yeah.
when you be like just drive real fast, trees just show up out of nowhere in front of you. Like, ah!
Oh my gosh.
I turn the tank around and just.
Yeah, you start flying in the air. Buildings aren't even showing up yet.
I really thought of Super Mario 64, where you're going up the infinite steps, and once you get enough stars, then the steps aren't infinite. But before then, they are. But if unless you do this cool little glitch jump thing, and you go so fast it can't keep up, and you just get past it anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yep, but then if you die up there, they kick you back down, you gotta do it all over again.
Man,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
that seems bad.
Yeah. Well, speedrunners are
Not great.
tough people. Some of the toughest people in the world, they say.
Are they tough?
Hey,
Or
who
are they
says
just
No, them. No, respect to them. All right. Well, I'm excited to see. I wonder, like, do you think this is like a season thing where we like stick with the story, or is this like only a small arc? Or?
Seasons in 2. It's like we get part of the season, it's this,
Yeah.
and then after we finish the hidden inventory,
Yeah.
2 arcs?
then we get into like, the rest of the season, which is like
Say less than half.
less.
Okay.
Maybe we go back and forth. Episode 1 is a flashback. Episode 2 is current times. Episode 3 is a flashback. Episode 4 is current
So
times.
it's like Back to the Future,
No.
where you're like,
Well, we get flashbacks to this during the present time episodes.
prequel to this.
But this is the flashback.
What if we flash back past this?
What if we flash back in episode 3 to episode 1?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Like Naruto.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What if in episode 2 it's
hate
present
that.
day?
Is what?
Episode 2 is present day.
That's what. That was my idea.
Episode 3 we go back and continue. the
Aaron,
story.
dude, that's awesome.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Jujutsu Kaisen with us. If you want to see more, make sure you check out patreon.com/blindwave, where we have early access available as well as full length. And we'll have a new episode right here every week, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on this and everything else that we put out right here on Blindwave.
Jujutsu.
Damn it.